Hinduizam, kao što smo već rekli, ima 4 denominacije: ŠIVAIZAM, ŠAKTIZAM, VIŠNAIZAM i SMARTIZAM. U prošlim epizodama smo govorili o kašmirskom šivaizmu, možda i najlepšom indijskom filozofijom, koja u sebi spaja šivaizam, šaktizam i smartizam. Prelepa tradicija koja nam prenosi pravu suštinu indijskog duha i stremljenja. U ovoj epizodi govorit ćemo o čistom šivaizmu kao i čistom šaktizmu, te ćemo se i u sljedećoj epizodi okrenuti višnaizmu. Potom krećemo i prikaz najvažnijih indijskih filozofija, Vedante. Dobrodošli na filozofski kanal. Sve je jedno. Šivaizam je posle višnaizma najmnogobrojnija podgrana hinduizma. U njoj nalazimo kako dualističke filozofije, poput Šaiva Sidante, tako i monističke, kao što smo već vidjeli sa kašmirskim šivaizmom. Šivaizam je pre 7. veka nove ere bila dominantna denominacija Južne Indije, što se posle 7. veka menja, kada alvari, pesnici, kao i mnogi bhakti filozofi uvode višnaizam. Među tim najpoznatijim filozofima svakako su Ramanuđa, Valaba i Madvačarja, o kojima će još biti reči u prikazu Vedante. Treba da znate da se ime Šiva prevodi sa sanskrita kao ljubazan, povoljan i blag, kao i da njega zovu mnogim drugim imenima, od kojih su i Mahešvara, to jest Maha Išvara, veliki gospodar, Maha Deva, veliki bog, Adi Guru, Adi Yogi, prvi guru, prvi jogin, Kailashnat, gospodar planine Kailaš. Šivaizam se može pratiti u prošlosti sve do Rigvede i predstavljanja kao božanstvo Rudra. Kasnije u Upanišadama Šiva postaje jedan od 3 principa samog Brahmana. Ta 3 principa se nazivaju Trimurti. Brahma je princip stvaranja, Višnu je bog održavanja i Šiva je bog uništenja. Tu verziju Šive ipak ne treba uzimati za nešto rđavo, kao što lepo objašnjava i Leo Gura. Jer Šiva je aspekt Brahmana, on je drugo lice Brahme. Šta to znači? Razmislite, da bi nešto nastalo, prvo staro mora nestati, jel tako? Uzmite za primjer recimo obrazovanje nove misli. Nova misao ne može nastati ako stara ne prestane. Također, i svaki novi korak podrazumeva prestanak starog. To nije ništa loše. Loše je samo ukoliko nemate kompletnu sliku, odnosno ukoliko imate ograničeno shvatanje bića. Treba shvatiti da Šiva kao upanišadski simbol destrukcije nije negativan, već konstruktivan i harmoničan element jedne celine. Život i smrt se pretaču jedan u drugi, kako bi uopšte i postojalo stvaranje ili ti božanski ples. U kasnijem prikazivanju Šive on se stavlja na mesto samog upanišadskog Brahmana. Tako on sam postaje neopisivi plesač, impersonalni apsolut Natarađa. Božanski kosmički plesač, stvaraoc i uništavač sveta, ali i onaj koji ga održava svojim beskrajnim kosmičkim plesom, Vetsko Lila, ili ti božanska igra, božanski ples. Metafora plesa je važna jer sugeriše da se sve neprestano menja, ali i da plesač u svim položajima i pokretima i dalje ostaje jedan te isti. To je teško razumeti gledano iz pozicije snažne identifikacije sa egom, telom, ličnosti. Ali postaje razumljivo ukoliko uvidite da je biće oduvek i zauvek jedno, te i da su svi pojedinačni životi samo privremene maske i uloge. Ljudi ne uviđaju da svet nije nikakvo mnoštvo, već kontinuirano ispoljavanje i igra večnog duha. Svaka forma, svaki pokret plesa predstavlja smrt jer je prestanak jednog pretvaranje u sasvim drugi položaj, to jest rađanje u novoj formi. Poznata je skulptura iz 12. veka u kojoj je prikazan Šiva kao plesač sa 4 ruke. Gornja desna ruka drži bubanj, simbolizirajući prvobitni zvuk stvaranja. Gornja leva ruka drži plamen, simbol uništenja, to jest promene. Balans ove dve ruke predstavlja dinamični balans stvaranja i razaranja sveta. I između njih važno je primetiti da pronalazimo potpuno smireno lice Šive, da on ne haje i da je sve u redu. Druga desna ruka je podignuta i govori nam nemojte se bojati, dok druga leva ruka pokazuje na dole, ukazujući na podignutu nogu, koja simboliše oslobađanje od čari maje, odnosno da je sve zapravo samo jedinstvo. Šiva pleše po đavolu, simbolizirajući time potrebu za prekoračenjem ljudskog neznanja i oslobođenja. A tome ipak svi treba da težimo. Šivaizam je u bliskoj vezi i sa šaktizmom. Tako u istočnim delovima Indije vidimo da je boginja Šakti nerazdvojna od Šive.
Shiva is trying to remind us that before death hits our body, before we reach the limit of our lives, we need to connect with something that is unlimited within us. The iconography of Shiva is very interesting. You see Shiva as someone who has a snake coiled around its neck, and his skin is always this blue color because his skin is covered in ashes, and all of those represent something for us to learn. Shiva really reminds us that death is always around our necks, and at any time the snake of death can bite. And the blue skin that is covered in ash represents that everything that you know and everyone is eventually going to turn to dust. Everything that we experience in our life isn't going to last forever. He is trying to remind us that before death hits our body, before we reach the limit of our lives, we need to connect with something that is unlimited within us. Shiva is seen as the highest yogi, as the one who has started all schools of yoga, the one who brought all yogic wisdom to mankind. And he's not just a yogi. He is a yogi and a family man at the same time. He has a partner and he has children. And his partner is called Parvati or Shakti. There's a beautiful line from Guru Nanak Dev Ji, "Jeh dekhan teh rav rahe Shiv Shakti ka mel." Wherever I look, I see the divine permeating as the union of Shiv and Shakti. You can understand Shiv Shakti as conscious and unconscious, the yin and yang of life, creativity and destruction, masculine and feminine. And if the whole of the universe is a combination of both of these things, then it means that you are also a combination of these things.
Za kraj šivaizma spomenuo bih da ta tradicija nosi i jednu od najprepoznatljivijih indijskih estetskih fenomena. Crvena tačka na sredini čela, simbol trećeg oka, ajna čakre.
Only late in life, although I've studied consciousness for 40 years, I've only come to these substances late in life, and they were very powerful experiences. And one where it was I had a near-death experience where I took a heroic dose, and everything disappears, and it taught me a lot. Myself disappeared, my body disappeared, space disappeared, time disappeared, the perception of the flow of time disappeared. There was just a visual, there was bright light and terror and ecstasy. What it taught me, once again, the primacy of consciousness. There was no world, there's nothing physical anymore. Everything was just pure mental. But there was this mental thing. So consciousness is really central to our existence. I did have a fear of death because I don't like the thought of me being dead forever and ever and ever. And I've totally lost that fear since I had this experience in the first months of the pandemic. So it's a powerful but positive experience. And then I had this other experience, the reason why we're here. This was as part of a long ayahuasca ceremony. It's like 12 hours, and you fast, and you chant, you dance. It's part of Santa Daimo, religious tradition, and where you come to the state where you access what your experiences are as mind at large, where you feel you are the universe. You are everything, and everything is you. There's no more distinction between you and the universe, and it's a thing of incredible beauty and transcendence. And then I try to understand now, what does it tell me? Right? What does it reveal? What does it tell me? And how can I fit this into my view of the physical and the mental? Because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to have a singular understanding of everything in the universe. And so that's why I'm thinking, well, maybe physicalism, maybe consciousness is really the only thing ultimately there is, which is a closer position to idealism than I used to be. Experience is, is real, is more real. I mean, you feel, right, that you've come, finally, this is it. This is real reality. This is, I call it hyper-realization. This is what really is the case. Everything else is sort of a representation. It's a distant mirror. It's a distant image of the real thing. But now I see the real thing. Yeah. And then you try to use your intellect and my science, etc., to see, well, how can I fit this in? And one explanation would be a form of analytic idealism.
Pređimo sad i na denominaciju šaktizma. Šaktizam je doktrina o energiji, snazi, večnoj boginji Šakti, personifikaciji kreativne energije i sila koje deluju širom univerzuma. To je tradicija u kojoj je najprisutnije slavljenje i veličanje ženskog principa. Možemo reći da je ta tradicija drevnih matrijarhata i filozofskih panteističkih ideja. U tradiciji šaktizma obožavaju se mnoge boginje, poput Parvati, Sarasvati, Durga, Lakšmi, Kali, Tripura Sundari. Šaktizam je veoma zastupljen u istočnoj Indiji, to jest zapadnom Bengalu, Biharu, Tripuri, Odiši, Džarkandu, Asamu, to jest širokoj potkovici oko Bangladeša. Kult Šakti ima korene u Rigvedi, gde se u jednoj od himni predstavlja kao otelovljena snaga koja podupire zemlju sa neba i uz pomoć koje se održava svemir. Zvali su je Adi Parašakti, ili ti prvobitna vrhovna energija. U Mahabharati ona se predstavlja kao sestra Kršne, te se tako povezuje i sa višnaizmom. U šivaizmu je često prikazana kao šivina žena, te otud i vidimo estetiku ljubavnika. Prikazuju se često u strasnim zagrljima. Treba znati da hinduizam, za razliku od Abrahamovih religija, nije tabuizirao seksualnost i telesnost. Ja prožimam sva postojeća bića kao njihovo unutarnje vrhovno sopstvo i manifestujem ih svojim telom. Stvorila sam sve svetove po svojoj volji, bez ikakvog višeg bića, prožimajući ih i nastanjujući se u njima. Večna i beskonačna svest sam ja, to je moja veličina koja obitava u svemu, navodi se u jednoj od himni. Ne treba misliti da šaktizam sa sobom nosi nekakvo feminističko ograničenje, već samo istinu o celovitosti, to jest istinu o potrebi balansa muškog i ženskog. Muško se nikako ne može odbaciti, kao ni žensko. To su suprotni principi jedne veće objedinjenosti. Sve vrste šovinizma treba prevazići. Pošto se Šakti ne razdvaja od Šive, poznat je i naziv Šiva Šakti. Šakti je personifikacija kosmosa dinamične energije koja teži spoznaji Šive, to jest čiste svesti. Šakti je latentna i dinamična snaga apsolutne svesti. Svesti koja je postala subjekat i prešla u svoju suprotnost, ne sebe ili objekat. U tradiciji šaktizma, iako su Šiva i Šakti objedinjeno božanstvo, Šakti se slavi kao primarna, živa energija, dok se Šiva, pasivni princip, slavi na drugom mjestu. Počujte još jednu himnu, koja možda i najviše na svetu, slavi ženu. Žena je tvorac univerzuma, univerzum je njen oblik. Žena je temelj sveta, ona je pravi oblik tela. U ženi je oblik svih stvari, sve što živi i kreće se u svetu. Ne postoji ređi dragulj od žene, niti stanje koje je superiornije od stanja žene. Prvobitna Šakti, klanjam ti se, sveobuhvatna Šakti, klanjam ti se. Ti kroz koju božanstvo stvara, klanjam ti se. Stvaralačka moć kundalinija, majko svih majčinskih moći, tebi se klanjam. Za kraj, recimo da u savršenom iskustvu Anande nema nikakve razlike između Šive i Šakti, jer oni su zapravo jedno biće. Toliko o uvodu u tradicije šivaizma i šaktizma. Sa sljedećom epizodom prelazimo i na tradiciju višnaizma. Pozdrav!
Adi Shakti, Aditi, Para Shakti, the primal, universal energy. So Shiva is consciousness and Shakti is energy. That means no universe can exist without energy forming matter and particles and coming into being, right? Nothing can happen. So when the two, in fact, Hinduism is the only, religion in the world that has a kind of androgynous, transgender version of this idea, called Ardhanarishwara, which is half Shiva, half Shakti. And you see these statues in South India when you go. It is a philosophy that allows that. The other side is that Tantra says that this entire universe is a dance between Shiva and Shakti. This is the fundamental thesis of Tantra, which is that just above my head, there are 2 feet of one male, one female. Ardhanarishwara's feet. They are Shiva and Shakti standing above my head. But because I am a little dwarf, remember the Nataraja? You see that little dwarf there? That dwarf has a lovely name. It's called Anu. Anu means little particle that doesn't know it is Shiva and Shakti. Right? That's the human condition. Is that we have no idea that we are that cosmic dance going on all the time. Right? First yoni symbol. Right? This is a symbol for Shakti. Triangle pointing downwards. So, this is a very important part of Tantra, especially Shaktiism, which is that we have 3 bodies. You know, in the Upanishads, they talk about the 5 koshas, and they talk about different things. But in Tantra, we talk about 3 bodies. Para, Sukshma, and Stula. Okay? Para is the source. That first vibrating principle that emanates and starts dancing Shiva and Shakti. Sukshma is this in-between realm between source and me and my body. This in-between. We can call it astral, we can call it pranic, we can call it spiritual, doesn't matter. And then Stula is the body. And the body in Shaktism and in Tantra is the temple through which I realize who I am. It is a temple. That every atom in your body is a temple. Every quantum particle vibrating there is Shakti. Who tells you that? That means you are divine by nature, but you're forgotten. Wow, that's huge, right? That's a big jump one has to take. So, Para is the transcendent, that Shiva sitting in meditation, Shakti, Para Shakti and Shiva, beyond the realms of perception, in the void, beyond Shunya, beyond anything, they're sitting there, Para. And that point from which they come out, that emanation starts, is called the Bindu. And we have a Bindu above our head too, right there. Para is the source, the cause of everything. The next stage is that we experience the bliss of Shiva and Shakti through this astral world, through this world around us. Inside you is all these Shaktis. There are many Shaktis, but they're one. They are the one. And they all dance up here, and they want to get from here to there. They want you to go from here to open that door to the 36th gate. They want you to get through the 9 veils. They want you to go through up, 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 up. And they're waiting. How do we do awakening? This is a very interesting concept that was explained to us by the great Kashmir ŠIVAIZAM teacher Abhinav Gupta. He said that there are 3 ways to become Shiva, Shakti, to become that. 1, anavapaya. So how does an ordinary person get to know God? Through religion, through mantra, through bhakti, through devotion, right? It's still outside of us, right? It's not in us yet, it's outside there. I go to the temple, I go to the Gurdwara, I go to the church, and I look at the idol and the icon, and through that I worship, right? This is the world of ritual, of mantra, of all those things to help you along the way, right? So this is very early stage of spiritual seeking. The next stage of spiritual seeking is called Shaktopaya. And Shaktopaya means I sit and something happens inside me by my concentration, by my stillness. I feel a tingling. I sense my heart. In fact, there are terms for this. Pashanti, Vadhyama, Vaikari, Para. States of vibration start to occur, and I sense this vibration. The last stage, which is that dissolution, is called Sambhavopaya. Sambhavopaya is to do what Sri Aurobindo did, which is I look at you and I see Krishna. I look at this, I see Krishna. Everything I do, I see the divine. This knowledge that I see Shiva Shakti in everything, at every step and every breath, this is dissolution into that state. That means I am now one with that state.
you.